All right, guys, Mikey here from the Electric Scooter Guy. And guys, I got a pretty interesting little video for you today. But before we get into that, I just want to give a couple of shout outs to my boys from East Coast Scooters. Shout out to East Coast Scooters, man. Ray Dogs, the Prez, Jay Thundercat. Man, you guys are the fucking best. It's got to be the best scooter club in the world, in my opinion. What a great family. These guys just welcome you with open arms. I mean, it's just a great scooter club. So shout out to East Coast Scooters. Shout out to V.S the Sapien. Great video you just did on installing those hybrid tires, because I got the Ultra 2 and I was always wondering how to install new tires on my Ultra 2. And now I know how to do it, just because of V.S the Sapien. So shout out to V.S the Sapien. And also I want to shout out Joyride J Kodaks, with them awesome bangers of videos that you make, man. Awesome channel. But anyways, guys, as the title reads, we're going to do a picture comparison on the Dualtron Ultra 2 versus the Storm. Not the Storm Limited, but the regular Storm, just because I haven't been riding much lately. It's too fucking cold. In my opinion, I won't go out if it's 48 degrees or colder. It's just way too fucking cold. And the whole ride, you just think of how cold you are and how miserable you are. So I don't really go out if it's 48 degrees or under. If you're from New York or any cold state, you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyways, guys, the reason why I want to compare these two electric scooters is just because they're very similar, but one costs about $500 less than the other. And if you're interested in buying an Ultra 2 or buying a Storm, maybe this will sway you one way or the other, because they're both amazing scooters. The performance specs are almost about the same, except for the Dualtron Ultra 2 is a little bit lighter, coming in at 88 pounds, opposed to the Dualtron Storm that comes in at around 104 to 105 pounds, somewhere around there. So the Ultra 2 has it in the weight department. Now, also the Ultra 2 has it in the battery department. The Ultra 2 has a 35 amp hour battery. The Storm has a 31.5 amp hour battery. And at the end of the day, that definitely makes a big difference. The 31.5 amp hour battery opposed to a 35 amp hour battery. So the Ultra 2 is lighter with a bigger battery, and that definitely does make a difference power-wise. But they both, like I said, have two 1500 watt motors pumping out a whopping 6,640 watts of peak fucking power, which is just a crazy amount of fucking power at your fingertips, because I love the fingertip throttle. I don't like the thumb throttle. I'm not a fan of the thumb throttle. It's got a lot of dead play in the thumb throttles. I don't know. I just was never a fan of the thumb throttle. But I digress. Now, the Storm does have a little more power off the line, because the motors are wound a little bit differently. So the Storm definitely's got the Ultra 2 off the line, but then the Ultra 2 will catch it and probably pass it. Because the Ultra 2, I got it up to 62 miles per hour GPS, and that's no bullshit. And as for the Storm, I never topped one out, but I never seen it get above 59 miles per hour. And I know I only weigh about 143 pounds, and in my opinion, at the end of the day, that makes a big difference. The Ultra 2 is just a little bit faster. That's just my opinion, but you know, that's up for debate. I've never seen an Ultra 2 versus a Storm before. Never seen that race. I'd like to see that one day. If anybody's got a Storm and they live in New York City and they want to come race my Ultra 2, definitely hit me up and we'll definitely make that happen. But anyways, guys, comparing these two electric scooters, like the range, portability, weight, size, all that shit matters. But like I said, they're both about the same exact scooter. One is just a little bit heavier than the other, and one has a little bit of a bigger battery than the other. But portability, like I said, same thing. It's just a great fucking scooter. I mean, just a great scooter. They're both great scooters. So if you're in the market for a Dualtron and you don't want to spend $6,000, $7,000 on a Dualtron, go look at the Dualtron Ultra 2. You could get one for $4,000. If you don't want those nasty ass off-road tires, you can have them switch the tires like I did and put the PMT tires on for an extra $150. The PMT tires are a fucking must. The PMT tires are awesome. They're my favorite tires. Not for nothing. They ride so soft and they heat up. And when they heat up, they get even softer. And they're real rubber, not nylon. Like you see up on the screen, you see these tires? These tires are nylon tires. They come on a lot of electric scooters, and those no flat tires that come on the new Dualtron Storm. As you can see, these tires up on the screen, I hate the way these tires look. I know V the Sapien has got a Dualtron Storm Limited, and he has these tires on his, and these are the no flat tire ones, and then they make them in the nylon ones that I just showed you. So they make them in two configurations, these and the other ones that I just showed you guys. And I just really don't like the way these look, so I would get the other ones. I just really am not a fan of the way these look. But anyways, guys, if you're in the market for a scooter that costs about $4,000, definitely go and check out the Ultra 2 or the Storm. And if you want to get really crazy, you could check out the Thunder 2, which is about $4,500, about the same price as the Storm is now. Or if you want to get really, really crazy, you could go with the Storm Limited for about $5,500. And that is a beast of an electric scooter, as you could see up on the screen. That's going to be my next electric scooter is going to be the Storm Limited, because it's got a big 45 amp hour battery, 84 volt system. I mean, it's just a fucking powerhouse of an electric scooter. So I think I'm going to definitely get that, but I'm not going to get it till February because I think I could get a better deal. Now, guys, like I said, there's not much to compare here because they're both, like I said, almost the same fucking scooter, but there are a few differences, like the neck. The neck on mine doesn't light up. But like I said, I don't like all that RGB. You know what I mean? The stem lights up and the sides light up. And I think that's more than enough lighting for me. Plus, it's got the tail lights on the back. It's got the no blinkers, though. That's one thing I wish it did have, was that brick up on the handlebars with the blinkers, the horn, the Eco Turbo button, the hazard lights. It should have had blinkers and all that shit. For a $4,100 scooter, it should have definitely came with blinkers and a horn. But I digress again. And it shouldn't have came with a single clamping mechanism in the front. It should have came with a double clamping mechanism in the front. I had to actually change it and put a double clamping mechanism on because I didn't trust that single clamping mechanism. But if you look at the Dualtron Storm has a double clamping mechanism. I don't get it. How do you make a 60 mile an hour scooter with a single fucking folding clamping mechanism? It's just beyond me. But otherwise, I think they're both about the same exact size. They both have about the same size deck, except for the only difference is the Dualtron Storm obviously has a removable battery. And to me, that's a big deal because I had my scooter sitting at a couple of places where there was no electricity. And if I was able to take my battery out and bring my battery with me and charge it up, oh my God, life would have been so much better. But, I mean, I guess that's not too much of a big deal at the end of the day. But let me know what you guys think. I know it was a quick review, but just because these scooters are so similar, there's not really too much to compare here. So let me know what you guys would do. Would you guys save the $5,600 and go with the Ultra 2? Or would you spend the $5,600 more and go with the Storm? Or would you go with the Thunder 2 or the Storm Limited? Let me know in the comment section below. Mikey from the Electric Scooter Guy. Peace out.